Hello, my name is Kevin Prime-Booley, and I'm an instructional designer in the Center for Excellence in Teaching and Learning here at Reynolds Community College. I'm excited to help you explore some essential audio and video considerations for your HyFlex classroom. In this video, we'll cover tips on managing audio volume and playback, optimizing the video camera use, and sharing screens and media effectively. These practices ensure that all your students, whether they're attending in person, attending synchronously via Zoom, or watching back later asynchronously, have equitable access to your content. Let's get started. First, let's talk about audio, one of the most critical elements for effective teaching in a HyFlex classroom. Audio issues can disrupt learning, so it's important to get it right. Volume control is your first step. Be sure your in-class microphone picks up your voice clearly and it's balanced well within the classroom speaker system. At the same time, always confirm that your online students on Zoom can hear you. I recommend providing an audio test at the start of each session. Ask, can anyone hear me clearly? And adjust if necessary. If students report it's hard to hear, reposition yourself closer to the microphone or ask your students to adjust their device's volume, whether headset or computer. Takes less than a minute, but saves a lot of headaches later. If your online students report low volume or quality, be sure to report to the Department of Technology so a technician can make adjustments to your classroom. Next, try to minimize background noise. For online students, encourage the use of headsets to cut out distractions. If you're teaching from home or a noisy location, Zoom's background noise suppression settings can help eliminate unwanted sounds. I'll include a link to Zoom's audio settings guide below this video on this page and in the video description, so you can explore these options further. For in-class noise, we know it's harder to control, but one helpful tip is to include a note about noise expectations in your syllabus or a course intro video. Let students know that if they arrive late or need to chat with you during class, they should be mindful of creating noise that might be picked up by the mic. When it comes to recording, make sure your voice is clear and close to the classroom microphone so asynchronous learners don't miss any key information. You'll find your classroom microphone wherever you see a ceiling speaker with light, either red or green. Try doing a test recording in your classroom before your course begins to ensure everything sounds good. For studio audio participation, establish clear protocols for remote learners. Encourage them to mute themselves when not speaking to reduce background noise. This simple step helps everyone focus and improves the overall experience. Finally, keep an eye out for audio lag or sync issues between in-person and online students. If there's a delay, address it quickly. Sometimes just adjusting your proximity to the microphone or boosting your internet connection or location can make all the difference. The same can be applied to your remote students, so make sure you give them those same tips. One last note, microphone etiquette. If you're using Zoom, make sure the instructor machine or laptop that you're logged into Zoom is muted, as well as the microphone in Zoom on either of these devices when you're speaking through your classroom microphone. That's the microphone found on the ceiling. The only microphone that should be turned on and off is that microphone ceiling and can be adjusted on the Crestron touchscreen on the instructor podium. This will prevent that dreaded echo or feedback that can be so distracting. And be sure that the Windows volume icon in the system tray found in the lower right corner of your desktop isn't muted. Now let's move on to video considerations. A well-framed video can help you engage with all of your students, whether they're in the room, attending remotely, or watching back at a later time. Start by checking your video framing. Before class, adjust your camera so it captures you and any important details, like your whiteboard or presentation screen. You don't want to be too far away in the frame, but you also want to make sure you're not constantly moving out of it. Try using a web camera on the instructor machine or your laptop to make a more personal close-up view when speaking directly to your online or asynchronous students. Next, be mindful of pacing and eye contact. This is important. It's easy to fall into the trap of focusing entirely on the in-person students in front of you. But remember, you also have students online, and we need to engage with them by engaging with the camera. Alternate your eye contact between your in-person audience and your online students. This helps create a connection with everyone, including those watching asynchronously. Remote student camera use is another consideration. Just like you'd set expectations for microphone use, you'll want to set clear guidelines around camera use. Encourage your online students to keep their cameras on, but also offer flexibility for those with technical or personal challenges. Zoom avatars and profile photos are a great option for students who prefer not to be on camera, but still want to participate. If you're recording your session, make sure you and any visuals, whether slides or whiteboards, are captured clearly. When using Zoom's recording feature, set it to share screen with speaker view so students watching later can follow along easily. You'll find a link to Zoom's recording video layout settings guide below this video on the page and in the video description, so you can explore these options further. Lastly, let's talk about sharing your screen and media, a key part of any HyFlex class. Always test your screen sharing before class starts. Make sure both your in-person and remote students can see the shared content clearly. I like to have a slide deck or a YouTube video playing as soon as I open my Zoom room before class, just to check that both groups can see and hear what I'm sharing. And don't forget to click that little pesky share sound checkbox when playing audio back. It's easy to overlook this, but critical for your online learners to be able to hear any video you're playing. Be careful not to focus too much on the screen during your session. If you spend all of your time looking at the shared content, you might lose engagement with your students. Take moments to pause screen sharing during discussions or plan activities to break things up. Zoom's annotation tools are a great way to get both in-person and online students involved in your learning. You can draw or highlight important points during your presentation and even invite students to do the same for more collaborative learning experience. If you're sharing a video or other media, always check the audio sync between your in-person and online students. A quick playback test can help avoid awkward lags or volume differences. For asynchronous students, make sure any media you share during your live session is also included in the recording and alongside it. Provide clear descriptions and links so they can follow along with the content even after the live class has ended. One trick I love is using a second device during Zoom sessions. You can present content on one device and monitor your Zoom on the other. This setup makes it easier to manage the class while keeping both in-person and online students engaged. And don't forget to pause for clarity after sharing media or switching screens. This gives everyone, especially your remote learners, a chance to catch up and ensures that no one misses key information. Well, that wraps up our overview of HyFlex Classroom audio and video considerations. By following these tips, you'll help ensure that all your students, whether they're in the room, joining synchronously on Zoom, or watching back later asynchronously, have a great learning experience. Thanks for watching and good luck with your HyFlex teaching.